welcome back to Droppin Gems, Time for Change Consulting. Tanya Ridley here. I got my guest, my co-host. Wait a minute, you more than just a guest. Hey, I got my partner in crime here, Mr. Anthony Lee Wright. I'm so excited for him to be here. I've been waiting for him to come.
Well, I'm honored to be here. And I'm humbled by this experience, might I add.
Oh, look at you. You showing off tonight. He's humbled by this experience. Yes. Yeah, so Mr. Anthony, I told our watchers, clients, I don't know what these people are, inspiring entrepreneurs. I told them all about you and how we met in our relationship in Time for Change. And I told them they are going to be wowed at our whole experience of us communicating with each other on camera. Do you want to say anything about yourself that I have not said, or that you want to reiterate or drive home for our clients?
Well, it's hard to top TR, the superstar, but I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm a native Washingtonian, DC born, DC bred. I'm going to live forever, but if I die, I'm going to be DC dead, right? So I'm honored to be over here in Southwest DC, emanating live on Droppin Gems. I'm totally excited, man. I've never done this ever. So part of who I am, I'm a recovering addict. I've been clean for over 30 years and counting.
Yes.
And so and that's some good stuff until you figure out that I suffer from a disease that's relentless. Like it's always coming for me. Like once you're in recovery, you have to survive the recovery experience just like the getting high experience. Mm-hmm. So I'm humble, all of this is new, I'm still green as a pool table twice as square. But I know this, TR the superstar, the TFCC, oh man, this about to be big right here. I'm hyped.
Well, I'm excited for, but he don't even realize he got TFCC on his chest.
Oh yeah. I like to point that out. Yeah, it's right here, it's near my heart. But it's something about when you emphasize that joint right there.
Yes. Oh, okay. Well, I'm extremely excited to have you. Thank you, Mr. Wright, for sharing your story and, and being a part of my journey. We talked a little bit about last time journeys, right? And so we talked about a spiritual journey. And I truly feel, Mr. Wright, that you are a part of my spiritual journey. In the journey of Time for Change and now in the journey of Time for Change Consulting. So I thank you publicly for being a part of this. Okay.
I paid her for that endorsement.
Lies. So just so you know, so since we did talk about the journey, we talked about if you haven't watched the first episode, please take a chance to watch the first episode and us talking about the 3 components of entrepreneurship. Today, we're doing focusing in on business. So, it's very important for individuals to understand that you can have multiple talents. You can be talented in multiple things. I would like to think that I like to do makeup. I would like to think that I could do hair. Man, in the pandemic, I came up with doing nails. I came up with doing a whole lot of different things for different people so I could make that moolah, baby. Yes, I wanted to make some coin any way possible. And what I realized was that, I was spreading myself thin. Remember, we talked about that, spreading myself thin. And I was still doing, and trying to keep focused on the mission at hand in eradicating crime and homelessness by way of employment for Time for Change. I knew that I still had work to do. So the focus was on for Time for Change, and I knew that I couldn't play with the makeup any longer, or I couldn't play with the nails any longer, I couldn't do the hair, only if I was, or the teeth gems, right, because I bling out, but I could only do that if I had maintained my focus by way of focusing in on what is important for Time for Change, which is eradicating crime and homelessness by way of employment. Now, the last time we talked, I talked about my mission being ordained. Now, all entrepreneurs don't feel like their mission is ordained. Sometimes entrepreneurs feel like it's a talent, right? So the talent of actually doing something or creating something or selling something or marketing something or speaking something can be completely different. And it's a different trade, it's a different thing. And so tonight, what I want to talk about is maintaining your focus and understanding that, you have some important things that you need to focus on when it comes down to what you have selected for a business. Remember, my quote last time, everybody's a business owner until they're not. If your focus is here, there, I would like to call it peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
Maybe.
Both of them are good separately, but you need them together.
You need them together. So I would like to think that, if you have your peanut butter and jelly and you spread yourself thin, that you're not able to truly focus and hone in on the things that are important. So remember, we talked about the treatment planning. So when setting goals, right, and when maintaining goals, you have to make sure that you are saying, this is my business. Dropping gems is my business. Podcasting for Time for Change Consulting is what we're going to do. So I have to do it and do it well. Close.
So would it be fair to say, because I was about to interject, I think the business is the engine that drives the train. You know what I mean? Oh, I was watching a movie last night and the guy said, let the painter paint. So whatever you do good, just do good. You know what I mean? But I would like to circle back to something you said earlier, if I could. Like she said, doing nails. I don't know if we can get a close up, but man, that's hot right there. See? I mean, I don't think that you have to completely give up your side hustles to be a successful business owner. So one of the things I do is I connect people, right? You know what I mean? And not all the time, because some of the people I connect, they don't connect. It's like a puzzle. All pieces don't fit together, but when you get that combination, when you get that right fit, I connect people, whether it be politically, whether it be recovery related, whether it just be the homeless coming off the street. I myself am a veteran. Also, obviously I'm a recovering addict, but I remember being homeless in the streets of Washington, D.C. So sometimes for me, I had to get lost in order to find what I really needed to do in life, my purpose.
Get lost.
Yeah, you gotta get lost.
You gotta get lost.
Right,
I like that. Because it's very important, right, to get lost. And so what you know how to do, that's really reverse. That's a reverse thought in thinking, right? That's a reverse thought in thinking. How do you do that?
Get lost.
Yeah.
Well, that means you don't know what you're doing.
Oh.
Now I'm just saying hypothetically, or allegedly. That's our word.
That's our word.
So, when you get with my experience, that's all I have. That's all I bring to this show. And I think you respect me on the fact that I'm not a clinician. I'm gonna keep it street most of the time, because that's where I've been most of my life, in the street. And I didn't know I was a get with nitwit, which means I wanted to get with everything that was happening. And as a result, I got lost in being caught up and trying to be somebody else. The realest experience I've ever had in my life is being me, but I had to lose myself to find myself.
I'm telling you, how about that?
Gems.
That's gems.
Dropping the gems.
Dropping the gems. And he had to lose himself to find himself. How about that?
Right.
How about that?
Right.
So I called upon you to do an assessment, right?
Oh.
Do an assessment. I know it's the clinical stuff. Do an assessment, assessment of what is going on with you, right? So making sure that you're identifying, like, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, and I could do that. But what is my niche? What am I good at?
Right.
Did you know that you was good at connecting people or talking to people?
So in the street, I'm sure the young entrepreneurs in the streets of Washington, D.C. could really latch on to this. I thought I was the plug in the street.
He cried up.
I thought I was the plug.
Okay, plug.
Up, you know what I mean? I had the lingo. Hey, Slim, I got that. I know who got that. I thought I was the plug. But for real, I was just a rustler.
Oh.
Yeah, you got money, they got product, I'm the middleman, and most of the time, because DC is taxation without representation. So I'm gonna need your money so I can go get that product. Now I'm gonna tax you, in order to get you your product. I'm gonna break a piece, then I'm gonna come back and say,
so you was working for the IRS.
I was was working for anybody that would hire me, technically. But for real, I didn't know what I was going to do until I got clean.
Yeah.
And it took me a while even not smoking. So can I just tell them when I was getting high what I did? This for a point of reference.
Go ahead, point of
Okay,
reference.
so I would smoke real drugs, fake drugs, wax, peanuts, soap, paint chips, and drywall. Anything that was white was getting smoked. And I just want to tell our listening audience that whatever you're doing, everybody ain't an addict. Some people can function with substances, but I tell you what, you'll never know who you really are until you put it down.
That's a word. That's a word for the night. Well, let me tell you this. All of these things that Mr. Wright is saying is applicable to the actual idea of assessing your environment and the things around you.
Wow.
And they are relevant to the spirituality, the wealth, and the health, right? So we already talked about that. So your health is so important for you to sustain, but you also have got to look around you and see what it is that you need to be focusing in on, because man, the world is full of distractions.
Right.
The addictions is a distraction.
Yes.
The person who's talking to you, telling you what you can't do when you can't do it is a distraction.
Right.
What is your talents? And what do you know to be your talent? Because like I said, I'm ordained to do what I do. But if you do makeup, you do it well. If you rap, you do it well. If you influence, you do it well. So you have to be able to be focused. I want Time for Change Consulting to work with individuals to shape them, to get them into the realm of what it is their craft is. I do have a talent in getting people focused. I do. I have a talent in talking to individuals and telling them, you are really good at this. You need to be really good at this. Because everything that's around you can distract you from being great. Like, I'm not going to let Mr. Wright distract y'all from the focus point at hand, which is the assessment piece and assessing what it is that you're good at so that you can really hone in, because I'm going to help you hone in. I'm going to continue to give you the skills that you need, but I can't do that without talking to you about the psychological perspectives of you honing into your focus.
Woo.
You have got to hold into your focus. Now, if you had 5 different jobs, 4 different jobs, 3 different jobs, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you that when I had that one job, when I got let go, Mr. Wright, remember when you told me about that?
Yeah.
When I got let go from my job, what it helped me to do was open into the talents. And Mr. Wright said it so eloquently and so well with spirituality. What did you say to me, Mr. Wright? Come on, bring it back. Come on, bring it back, please.
What did we talk about?
When we were talking about, when you told me when you were, laid off, and you said, I don't know why I keep, what you said?
So, I don't know why, and this is a gym.
This is a
free gym.
It's a gym.
Right? I don't know why I keep trying to recycle what God is trying to replace.
When he told me that, y'all.
Jim.
Right. When he told me that, he just kept applying for these jobs.
Yes, that was beneath me.
Yeah.
I knew but they was easy to obtain. Low-hanging fruit.
You
know what I mean? So when you shoot low, that's exactly the target you hit. The low target.
The low target.
Not the high one that's going to elevate your life, but the low target.
Yes.
Yeah, it was easy to shoot at that one.
Yes. And hence distraction, hence losing focus, hence not being able to really thrive. I didn't cut the ribbon for the school until I was only working for Time for Change, because I had to write over 580 pages worth of information. I had to write it, but how can I write that when I'm not clear-headed? When my spirituality is not grounded, when my focus is not on only that. So I challenge you, my listeners, to truly think about that for a minute. What is distracting you? What is taking you away from the focus point at hand? You must focus, because like Mr. Wright just eloquently said it, I can't even say it again.
She said eloquently though.
You did. You did.
No.
He did. He said it very eloquently.
Right.
Why is he trying to recycle
what God is trying to replace.
what God is trying to replace?
Right. Right.
It's all connected. If you are focused and you are doing what you need to do, they will let you go. They will let you go, because now that I am a CEO, I be wondering why people be talking to me about other businesses when they work for me. I look at them and I say, yeah, I can't help you with that. I can't help you with that. And the reason why is because my focus is on time for change consulting or time for change.
Period.
But I can help you along the way. And that's why I got a podcast, because I said I'm tired of people asking me questions on the sidebar.
Right.
How can I do this? How can you do that?
On the slick
How can on the slick tip?
Hey,
let me do this. No. I got a price. I got a price, and it's okay because I'm focused. Right? I'm focused on that price, so I might not get you as a client. My clients gonna come from somewhere else, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm okay with that. So I want to make sure that you're assessing your environment, ensuring that your focus is on, that you are assessing your talents, your skills, and your abilities, and you picking one that you're going to drive home. Because listening to me, I'm going to take you to every single thing that you need to do. But if you're doing it for 5 different things, it ain't nothing. It ain't going to be nothing. And I'm telling you that in advance, because this is the second show and we get into the third show, and I'm psychologically getting you ready to endure the things that I'm about to give to you. I'm about to bring you the knowledge and the education and the skills and the abilities that you need for business. You either ready or you not. You either ready or you not. I appreciate you listening to me. I truly do.
Right.
And yes, you may feel that I'm slow walking you into this game because it's a big game. I'm not going to be the regular business person that's going to tell you the tangible things and then tell you go. No, I'm going to get you ready. Ready to work, ready to be an entrepreneur, ready to take on your industry. Because this is applicable for all industries. This is not just applicable for what I know how to do. If it was, I wouldn't know how to do teeth gems. I wouldn't know how to do nails, and I wouldn't know how to do hair, and I wouldn't know how to talk to people. I wouldn't know how to do what I know how to do. I have assessed this, y'all. I done already said this is proof in the pudding that this works for everybody. Ask yourself, have you bought my book, The Business Basics, The Bottom Line, by Tanya Ridley? Probably not. That's on you. I'm inviting you into this world with a $5 book. I'm inviting you into this world with a free podcast. I'm inviting you into this world for you to stay focused. With my partner in crime, Mr. Anthony Lee Wright.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, because we commit all types of crimes tonight. Yes. So please make sure that you are taking note. Make sure you're taking note. Mr. Wright, I can't even thank you enough, because that thing right there, you hit right on the nail.
Well, I think I've been around you long enough to know that, getting a vibe on you. So, I remember when I first met you, when you was advocating at a hospital that's soon to be closed in Southeast Washington, D.C. And so besides your gangster, then I was looking at, damn, she fine too, and she gangster. So, when you put that provocative combination together, I'm going to keep it a stack. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it a stack. I don't have no script.
Jim.
Right. I don't have no script to go off. I'm just going on personal experience. And immediately I was attracted to you, not because you're outrageously fine, but because of your tenacity, your grit, your gangster. Because being fine ain't even your issue. You stuck with that. So let's just get that clear on the podcast. This is not an optical illusion. She is really that fine, and probably finer in real life.
Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Roy. I do.
I love your mind, man. Your mind. Listen, you on it like doggone it. You locked in, right? And so sometimes I have to sit back and just be like, wow. And you know, I've known some of your struggles in the past, but once you get going, once people pour into you and say, hey man, we got your back, this is what we want to do, what can we do to assist you on your journey? Because you always did that with me, you know what I mean? You've always asked me, so what was it about getting high? I always wanted to be somebody else. So I didn't know how to be myself because I was caught up in the fantasy of getting high. That's who I thought I was. I thought I was going to be a bona fide, certified crackhead the rest of my life. And that ain't the truth.
And I see so much more in you, Mr. Wright. I told you that.
You did.
I said you are.
You spoke that into me. You did.
Yeah.
You good at seeing what's good in people and what they can do.
You are too.
Yeah.
You are too. Welcome here. So when we talk about all of that, right, we talk about the dangers of doing too much.
Oh,
Let's talk about the dangers of doing too much. So we already said that your focus is off. I already said that you got to stay focused and you have to maintain and do what it is that you need to do, right? It's only a couple of components that you need to focus on. Self, right? The goal, the family. And we already talked about health, wealth, and spirituality. So you have to take into consideration that, yeah, you got to be a business owner, and yeah, you have to be a mother or a father, because those are things that you already chose how to do. A lot of people would say, oh, it's so hard. It's so hard to stay focused on the business because I have a child. No, let's ask, what is really hard? Because it might be time management. It might be focus. It might be you taking mental notes of what it is that you need to do on actual paper and not in your head. Because I've been a mother. I've raised my 2 boys. I'm still raising boys, and I still manage to do other things. This show is about not giving yourself excuses, and if you have excuses, and if you assess the excuses and you see, then you should be able to put them down and say, I gotta remove those because these are not connected to the components that we talked about in Droppin' Gems. You have anything to say about that, Mr. Wright?
I'm absorbing.
Yes.
Going out here and get my business on. You know what I mean?
Because Mr. Wright over here focused, y'all.
I'm locked in.
He locked in.
Before the show started, y'all don't see the behind the scenes stuff. And I'm clowning and cutting up, and she said, Mr. Wright, I need you to focus. And I'm like, yeah, you know, when the lights come on, you know, when the Hollywood stuff happens, but she got me focused, and this is way more intense than I actually thought it was. I thought owning a business was you do what you do good, you get paid off of it, and more be revealed. You'll live happily ever after. So I do understand that proper preparation prevents poor performance. You have to prepare. See, if you fail, what is it? If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. I think that's it. You know, I lost a lot of brain cells.
You know, that's his gym that he always tell me. I don't know why he in here faking he say that every time, all the time. Okay,
right.
He is on Droppin' Gem show to drop the gems. Okay, so stop holding back.
I'm easing into it.
You easing into it. He easing into it. But it's very important to understand, though, that you do have components of your life. You do have necessities of your life that you must pay attention to. And that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, we won't talk about time management skills. That's later on, you know, after you learn a whole bunch of information from me. But you need to start to really assess your environment. Because the danger of doing too much is never making it.
Wow.
That's the danger of it. It's never making it. I could not start Time for Change Consulting until I felt like Time for Change. I was like, Time for Change is good. Time for Change is good. As long as it generates the money that it's been making, Time for Change is good. So I can have a podcast and I can move to the next step and level and helping entrepreneurs the same way how I help healthcare workers. So I'm like, okay, we rocking. You gotta feel that way for each business and each thing that you feel good and successful about. Because if you don't, then like I said, you're gonna fail because you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this. I can't tell you how many times I tell my friends who are professional celebrity makeup artists, I tell them all the time. I don't know how, I did makeup one time for Fox 5. I said, I don't know how you lift all that stuff up, get all up in there early in the morning, and you make this amount of money, and you make this into a whole trade. They be hustling and bustling. That manual work, that is a lot of work. The product costs so much. They gotta keep up with the demand. They pay attention to the business. I'm a makeup artist, but I don't pay attention to the business. I just go in the store and say, you know what, all of this look good. Let me get this. And I don't even care how much I spend, so then when I do somebody's makeup, I'm losing money all over the place. I'll do it for a discount rate. So making sure that you maintain your focus in that, right? Because that's in whatever your industry is. I commend them. I commend the tow truck drivers, because that's all they do. That's all they do. They have a CDL, they go, they focus, and they do that. Focus. If you are a rapper or you are a performer or you are this, you go, you do that. You put full throttle in it, because I guarantee you will have results. You will have results. Full throttle. The focus of being a videographer. Hey, my camera person. The focus, right, of doing what it is that you need to do. And at your craft. And being the best at your craft. Pick what it is that you want to do and do it well. Because the focus is on. So all of the things that we're going to apply to it, it's going to be applied to one thing. Y'all not going to call me and be like, oh, Miss Brittany, I have this business. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And, I tried to do this and this and this. And I'll say, well, what comes first? The reason why I started the podcast with foundation is because you have to have a foundation. You have to have a ground to stand on. And then we will add on top of it. And then we're going to go back. If you have 2 talents, then you have the foundation. Because you praying for one business, and then you praying for another business, and God like, well, what you want? What's going on? What you want to do? That only works when you pray for your whole family. You should be praying for your whole family. Right? Don't you think he got a lot to do? God got a lot to do.
You say God got a lot to do.
God got a lot to do.
So what if I think I'm God Jr.?
Okay.
Stay focused.
Stay focused. Stay focused, right? But it's important. It's important for you to understand that you need to, your prayer need to be focused. The things that you want to do need to be focused.
Right. So I'm sitting here enjoying the show just like you're viewing public, and wow, man, I didn't know all of this went into a show, and you are so equipped, you so sharp, a clinician's point of view.
Yes.
So.
Definitely. Yes. So I just want to say thank you though, y'all, for coming to the second show. I want you to know that on the next show, we're going to be talking about those inner thoughts and those inner things that you need to get past. Right? Everything is a stepping stone. I want you to take from this that the next layer is for you to assess your situation to make sure that you can maintain focus. Okay? So all of the things that you know how to do, what it is that you want to hone in on, and what is it that you want to really do. And then how can you maintain everything that you have that need to be maintained around you? Not things that you just maintaining because you just feel like it for today, or because somebody else is taking your energy. Yeah, how about that? Energy is important. You need to conserve it. I want to thank you for coming to Droppin' Gems, Mr. Wright. I want to thank you for being my co-host today. I look forward to the next show. If you all have any questions or any comments, please drop them down below. Subscribe, comment, and like our YouTube channel. Dropping every other Tuesday at 6 p.m. Dropping Tuesdays on Time for Change Tuesdays, okay? Thank you.